Hey everybody, it's Ron and Elliot coming to you for another edition of Ask Ron. This week our first questions come from Tony in Indiana.
Tony in Indiana. All right, Tony.
In a training video, Ron stated that he normally has about 40 plus offers out there on REOs. Is an earnest money check needed for every offer? And if so, is there a way around providing a check for each property?
Good question, Tony. First of all, I never have 40 plus offers out there. I don't know what training video that was, and I might have at one time, but today we don't make but a handful at a time. We usually get 1 to 12 1 out of 15 accepted, and I don't buy them on a regular basis like I used to. I buy 2 or 3 a month max, and frankly I can sit down in front of my iPod and pull that off in a few minutes a month. So what was the question again? I don't have 40 offers out there. What was the deposit with the question?
Is an earnest money check
okay.
needed for every offer?
No. Here's what we do today. I use listingbook.com, which is a service that your realtor, your REO bank-owned property realtor, will provide to you, which sends every day the new listings on these Cal Cash properties, as well as any changes in price to me. And they could be MLS listed or not bank-owned or not bank-owned. Anyway, every day I get a bunch of those across my iPad, and then I can sit there and look at the picture and the asking price and the address of the ones that interest me and punch the picture. And here comes this whole big old page of information, including photos. So all the photos are right there, so I can look at the inside of the house. So today we don't even leave our desk to go to make offers on bank-owned properties. And we do not put up a deposit until a contract is accepted, and then not till 48 hours after the contract's been accepted, or after the offer's been accepted. So we put, the realtor knows that there's a $1,000 deposit due within 48 hours after acceptance. So once we get the word from the realtor the bank's accepted your offer, then we go take a look at the house, make sure we want it, make sure there's nothing that we missed, like, I don't know, toxic waste dump or nasty odors or big barking ugly dogs or whatever next door. And if that's the case, then we'll just tell the realtor, okay, and then we send them the $1,000 deposit, and then they got to go get the thing signed and under contract, and they do all the work from that point on. So no, you only need a deposit upon accepted contract. So if you don't have listing book, then get your realtor to set you up with whatever service they're currently using, because everywhere I go they have this service today. Now you are going to have to give them the parameters of the houses you're looking for, like what areas to avoid, and the maximum dollar of listed amount that you want sent to you, because you sure don't want all the houses every day sent to you. Man, your file would be huge. So in my case, I tell them don't send me anything that's listed for more than $50,000, and then I've taken out all of the really garbage areas that I just don't want anything in. So that's it. Talk to your REO agent on how you can get a daily feed of these things. They'll tell you.
Tony also wants to know if a house has really good photos online, do you even need to view the property in person?
I've already answered that, yes.
Paul from North Carolina asks that if you know a lender who lends at 7% on RE single family homes.
Paul, that is people. These are people. These are not banks. These are not institutions. That's how we get private money. We approach people that have an IRA or any other investment capital not getting a high rate of return safely, and ask them if they would like to do so. These are people that have their money in the bank at a 0.5 or 3/4% interest, so we're offering them 14 times more than they're getting in their bank account, secured by a first mortgage on a property at a low loan-to-value ratio of 65% or less. It's not hard to get people to say yes if they actually have money in their bank. So the only place you're going to get this kind of money is from individuals, not mortgage brokers either. Not people that put borrowers and sellers together for a fee. They're going to want to charge more, and they charge points and all that stuff. None of that is true when you approach people. If you don't understand private lending, we have training on that. I have a course on that, and there's all kinds of lessons on it on the Gold Club as well.
Paul also asks if you have a lender that you recommend for commercial deals which can raise it to 7% that requires as an HUD down payment.
I do not have a lender I can recommend on commercial deals. And you're talking about the 7% down payment required if you're going to get an apartment loan, I assume, on the HUD 221 programs. And that 7% is not going to be a loan. That's going to be an equity contribution from equity partners, but nobody's going to lend you that 7%. So you have to raise that by finding people who want to invest in the project. which of course could be another whole 3-hour-long discussion on that alone. HUD will lend up to 93% of the project, whether it's to buy and refinance, or buy and rehab, or refinance after been rehabbed. They got loans for all of that on apartment complexes. But it is true, when you're buying, you're going to need to raise that top 7%.
All right, everybody, that's all we got for Ask Ron this week.
That's all there is.
Make sure you keep those questions
All right.
flowing next week, guys. See you out there.
All right, see you next week.